Hey everyone, I apologize for the delay. I was having an internal rage moment, including betrayal, loss of brain cells, lack of proper sleep, and a distance from Ponytown. Recently, I went online to check on my friends and others who might have been affected by the Sheriff's Sundance issue. I had approached Phoenix, Bluely, Golden, Chaotic, Wafer, and many other people. Why I approached many people near the pond was because I was checking in, asking how they are feeling, and would sit next to them for only a bit before I could leave and mentally take a break. Now, let us get back to the Sheriff's Sundance issue. On September 15th, 5:26 a.m., I received a message from Cloudy Arts on their perspective on the sheriff issue, and I quote, "My first ever encounter with Sundance was around Pride Month, when we were all talking about Pride, and he just spats out about how he doesn't support poly. Others asked him why, and he starts talking about how he thinks poly people are essentially cheaters. At the time, I wasn't poly, but had close friends who were, so it upset me greatly. My second encounter with him was a few days ago, before I got with my girlfriends, and I was telling a friend about how I loved being around my girlfriends, and he immediately jumps up from where he was and started telling me how wrong it was, even going as far as to call me a prostitute, for it which was very hurtful. I avoided him afterwards, for the most part, but kept an eye on him from afar. Cloudy Arts, your story is important, and I am glad to hear and speak about it. Please take the time to leave Ponytown to rest, hang out with friends, do beautiful artworks, or anything that brings you contentment." Before Cloudy Arts sent me their story, I was approached by Minty, a beautiful cow who is poly and a sympathizer. Minty texted me, I quote, "Hey, what the hell is going on with Sundance? Sorry, that question came off aggressive. Sorry, I just got whapped with a really confusing screenshot, and I know he's in your friend group." I responded, "No worries. Okay, so a fight happened in allegations of Sheriff Sundance. Sheriff said things that cannot be accounted for, which is why he is making an apology video and will be distancing himself from everyone." I proceeded to show her screenshots of the confrontation. When I mentioned how Sheriff participated in London's mental health decline, Minty agrees that she heard about it. I spoke in silent distress, and it just brought me back to hearing London's death. I said never put blame on people for the death of London, and to know she is now at peace. She made her decision, and I want her name to be kept at peace, not someone to be pointing fingers on who made who did what. Minty responds, and I quote, "I hope people listen to that and hold on to that. It does no help dragging people around for something like that." I then said, agreed. I just want London's name and her passing to be at peace, not to be tossed around. Before discussing about Sewer Slide, I want to discuss about Catastrophe, the one who lost their art abilities after I stole their art force. On the first apology video that Sheriff made, Catastrophe posted a comment. I quote, "This is not an apology. You didn't address anything you said or did by naming it, and saying how you realize it's wrong and or hurtful. You also don't mention how you hurt one of your best friends to the point he dropped you. You saw his happiness and made it about you. How you aren't welcome when you were. You also called my friend a prostitute for being polyamorous, Sundance. This isn't some silly, oh, oops, I said hurtful things. You called him a prostitute and tried to control your best friend's relationships." If you all saw my first video on this topic, Future KT had addressed how bad the videos were. Let me remind you on the critique I had on his apology videos. First, Sheriff put colorful captions, background music, sat on his flag of St. George, which I will explain soon, had bad punctuation, was not very formative on what the allegations were, which confused the audience. His use of words were not sincere to the victims. He cried crocodile tears in every video, and had played victim in those videos. Second, he comes to me through TikTok DMs and Discord chat about his reputation, how he expects an apology from everyone, telling me he had sleepless nights, lack of appetite, anxiety, and panic attacks, and clinging desperately to my arm on wanting his life back. Mind you, everyone, he wanted my help on making an apology video by requesting my pony persona, KT, to be in the video. I said no, and that he should do it on his own. Again, his pride and ego and ignorance was everywhere. I saw Gummy Gal's comment on part 1 of the sheriff issue, and I 100% agree. It was like talking to a wall. When Catastrophe heard about my plans to make a video on this issue, they told me to leave out the London part. However, I digressed for feeling upset about London's death, her mental issues, and how Minty and Belle yelled at Sheriff for saying such things. Catastrophe indulged themselves in giving me more information about London. I quote, "I don't believe it was his intention to do. Obviously, why would it be? But his actions did play a role in her deteriorating mental health. Indeed, London really was going through a lot. From what I know, she had a heart problem too. So, also, bad physical health. She never elaborated to me what her physical health issues were specifically, because she didn't want us, our friends, to worry for her, and always said she wasn't ready to talk about it. I asked Catastrophe if I could add their words for the video. Then Catastrophe hesitantly agrees and asks if I talked to Ace, which I have. Guys, these are just claims that I will address. Ace allegedly tried to rile up Sheriff, which was Catastrophe's second encounter with the fight between Sheriff and Cloudy Arts, and I quote, "In this way, where he sees Sundance knowing he doesn't support Polly, and he mentions having multiple girlfriends to see if he gets a reaction out of him." My eye twitched from the text, and Catastrophe continues, "And afterwards is when I join in, arguing on Sundance, because I find him hating Polly people weird as fuck." And that's when he basically calls Ace a prostitute, saying polyamory is cheating and prostitution. I responded, I asked Sheriff if he ever said that he may disagree with people who are in poly relationships, but respect others for their choices and beliefs. He claims that he tried to say it, but no one was letting him speak. Catastrophe then says, I quote, "If he respected them, he wouldn't have said, ugh, when Ace said he loved his girlfriends while looking at me and Faye, not at him. He had to jump in to show his disapproval." We shall move on to what Sheriff had said to London. Here is the conversation that unfolded between London and Sheriff. London, "Damn, so apparently Lucky likes Faye." Sheriff, "Yeah, he's trying to get with her." London, "Dude, I don't like that at all." Sheriff, "What? Me neither. But what can we do?" Shrug emoji. I mean, in my opinion, I've noticed changes between those two for the past week now. London, very reassuring. Sheriff, "How's Faye handling the situation?" London, "No clue." Sheriff, "From what I saw last night, like the attention, cuddling him, kissing him, I know the difference between being friendly towards friends and being too friendly, like there's something going on. Flirting maybe, thinking emoji." London, Sheriff, "Honestly, I don't know what to say." London, "Me neither. I just know shit's messing with my head." Sheriff, "Yeah, same here, because I don't know what to do or say." London, "Well, and on PT, they are cuddling right now." Sheriff, "Thought so. They always are." From this point, London's mental health declined, and she went on Discord to talk to Faye. Here is their conversation. Faye, "I was literally just sat next to him. I'm sick. I can't with this. If he's going to keep bringing this stuff up, I'm not going on PT anymore." London, "I know. It's annoying. I told him to stop bringing it up." Faye, "I'm going to message him. It's pissing me off." London, "Let me know how that goes. Hopefully he can stop because it's messing with me that he keeps bringing it up. It's like he's trying to find the cons in it. I swear to God, this guy keeps bringing this stuff up, probably to just make me overthink." From there, Faye Luna confronts Sheriff on TikTok. "Respectfully, I don't appreciate you making it sound like I'm cheating on her, because we aren't together, and there's nothing wrong with cuddling your friends. And you're also making London paranoid by bringing it up when there's nothing to bring up. London is my best friend, so please stop making it look like I'm a bad person. Thanks. Sorry, but I'm just saying what I've seen and heard. Yes, I know Lucky actually does want to be with you, by the way. I'm aware of that. I said I'm not interested in a relationship at the moment, but we can still be friends. And friends can cuddle. You cuddle Frost, so what's the difference? I've also been sick this past week, so I wanted a little comfort. Okay, fair enough. And yeah, I cuddle Frost, but he's the one that cuddles me, not the other way around. And I'm sorry you've been sick. Well, loads of people in PT cuddle each other. Smile emoticon. So please don't keep messaging London about me cuddling Lucky. I care about both deeply, and it upsets me that this is happening. Okay then, I won't message her anymore then. Thank you. Someone, I will not be saying names, had said Sheriff caused London to see the light. No, I will rephrase it for you all. Sheriff participated unwillingly or willingly to make London's mental health to decline. This video is quite long, and I will make another part to this topic. Hey guys, Future KT again. News had spread that Sheriff is bringing down everyone with him for whoever associated with him. He has attempted to bring me and Ashen down. Recently, I had said that Sheriff had been working months on an edit involving a scene in GTA where two men approached a man doing his business and said, "He sends his best regards," as the two men proceed to kill the other with a shotgun. At this time, I was stressed, on the toilet, overthinking, focused on college work, and wanting to know what I would say for a video about this Sheriff incident. I would like to apologize if things were taken out of context. Catastrophe asked me if I knew for months about this edit and why I had not told them sooner. To answer this, no, I never knew about Sheriff's edit until he told me the day I blocked him. The first person who I went to speak about this was Puffy. Next, Sheriff claims I said it was a good idea. At the time, I was not thinking straight. What I said was cool and good was the scene itself on GTA, not the idea of making it a video about Catastrophe. When Sheriff was talking about the edit, I was trying to sway him from the edit and get him back on making a real serious apology video. He, for some odd reason, keeps jumping back to it. I asked if he has ADHD. Mind you, I was at the brink of snapping, my patience wearing thin, and wanting to grab him by the throat and chuck him to the nearest wall. What he said was an attempt to take me down with him, moving on to his attempt on bringing down Ashen with him. Catastrophe told me, and I quote, he said Ashen gave him a death threat by hitting him in-game, in Ponytown, and said it wasn't the action. I read between the lines, so I guess hitting people in Ponytown is a death threat now. He also went in to call Faye and Ashen a British term that means slut. That is truly uncalled for. Shows how he lacks remorse and practically lost the argument. See you all for the next video.